Hey everybody. So I'm in Philly today because I got a gig out here, but I wanted to go to this old spot that a lot of people don't know about. So let me share the story. In 1977, there was New York had a blackout. There was a blackout in New York, and people were looting. They were going nuts. It was crazy. And my mom said we're moving out of here. So like in '78, we moved to Philadelphia. We moved to Howard Street and Lehigh Avenue. And growing up in the '70s, a lot of people know, right? When you do the research in Google. Anyway, I used to watch what's happening all the time and see the lockers, and I wanted to do the robot like Slim. And Robert Shields, you know what I mean? I used to see them all the time on TV. But Robert Shields a lot because he was, he had a lot of shows. He was always performing. But to see Slim, I will wait on what's happening to see him with the lockers. So they were called the Rockets in the show. But anyway, long story short, we were living in Philly, and I never got to see the robot in real life. Yeah, I was young. It's like in '78, I was like 9 years old, becoming 10. And there was this jam around the block, Front Street. And there was this guy, he started locking and doing the robot, and I was like, yes, yes. I was so excited watching him, and man, I couldn't get my eyes over him because he was nice, and I never got to see it in real life. Anyway, one day he was playing in the park. I got to see him a few times at that jam, right? Because they would jam all the time. But it wasn't late. They would jam early in the day. And he had all these action figures, and I had some too, but he had a lot, so he must have had money. And I traded him 2 action figures that he didn't have for one of his and a robot dance lesson. And he said, yeah. And so he taught me. He started showing me, and I didn't get it the first time, but I got it the second time, and then he just kept giving me, tips of what to do, whatever. But anyway, not long after, we moved back to New York City, back to the Lower East Side, back to my old friends. I met some new friends, and it was like 1980. And the reason why I know that is because we went to the movies and saw the movie Roller Boogie. And Roller Boogie came out like in December 1979. And then we ended up moving back to the Lower East Side in 1980, and then like the hip hop scene was already kicking in, and New York Boogie and all of that. And then I met Troy Conyers, aka Boney Rock, who started introducing me to the game of boogie in New York. And hip hop was happening, and that's it. So I already had learned the robot in Philly, and then made my way back to New York, and it was awesome. But anyway, I'm here at the place that I started, and check it out, man. I mean, let me take me off of tracking, but take a look, and it's all buildings now, new structures, but it's so cool to revisit, that, you know what I mean? Everybody has a story. We don't really know it until we share it. So I'm sharing it because people don't know that I actually started doing the robot in Philly. And yeah, it's so important. Let me track this again. And it's so important, man, to learn people's histories, so important. There's so many neighborhoods, so many people that don't have a chance to share these stories, and there's so many people that don't have videos to share it or pictures. They just get lost because we didn't think it was going to be important. We were just doing it. There were people that I know that was so dope in New York City, so amazing, and we don't have footage of them. You couldn't say one guy was the best and all. There was guys that were just great at certain things that they did. So many dope guys. Anyway, So check it out. This is Philly. Let me take myself off of tracking. And that's Lehigh Avenue there. You can see that. I'm gonna make my way back around to Howard Street. That's Hope Street over there across. Yeah, man, things have changed. This place was so beat up. The 70s was a time where like blacks and Latinos and the racism and violence, it was nuts. But dance and the arts, funk and popping and locking and robot on the West Coast, the B-boys and the Brooklyn Rockers and disco and the hustle on the East Coast. Disco was the first. They kicked the doors open that what we're able to do and achieve. And then, like, yeah, stuff came after, you know. Boogie. That word got a long history. Anyway, that's another video. So, thank you for watching. Please, follow and subscribe. There's more to come this year. Some beautiful, beautiful things. Bam. Peace.